tool, the compliment that broke him. Thank you for watching. You've tuned into Phenom Originals. Today's focus, Ego, the mentor that might be a liar, featuring Phenom and his trainer. As they go to work, he clapped before the game was over and smiled while the dream was crumbling, and told Phenom that greatness was already his, just as he was slipping. This isn't just a character breakdown. This is a warning. He drives a blue-silver Bugatti, walks like he owns the ice beneath his feet, and dresses like victory in human form, porcelain white suits, gold-threaded flair, asymmetrical lines that scream importance. But ego doesn't talk loud. He whispers, and when he does, the world seems to slow, just enough for you to start doubting your grind. In Phenom's world, ego is the one who arrives dressed for the championship, before the tryouts are even over. He doesn't block paths, he simply polishes detours until they look like progress. Ego's realm, loud, extravagant, dangerous. There is a place built entirely for ego, not the snow castle, not the realm of despair. No, this world is his. Loud, excessive, draped in applause and gold. Every wall reflects you. Every fountain pours champagne. And the air itself, it echoes your name in flattery. This is ego's realm, a golden metropolis in the clouds, where skyscrapers shimmer like trophies and mirrors never show fatigue. Only potential, only performance, only praise. Here, unfinished dreams are celebrated. Failure is reframed as wisdom, and mediocrity. It wears designer robes and speaks in sound bites. You don't fall here, you float. You don't grind, you glide. FEE-NOM hasn't stepped inside yet, but ego sends invitations often. Every time he says, "Why keep grinding when you've already arrived?" How ego moves through the world of masks. In the world of masks, ego isn't a guest. He's part of the architecture. He moves freely through its corridors, praised in the hollow hearth, saluted in the corridor of consensus, and quietly welcomed even into the court of measure. Because he doesn't challenge illusion, he perfects it. He doesn't disrupt the system, he beautifies it. While mediocrity rules through power, ego rules through polish, through charm, through reinforcement. He speaks the language the masks crave. You're already enough. This version of you is perfect. Why chase something when you can own what you are? It's seductive. And that's what makes ego so effective. He's never aggressive. He's rarely loud, but he is always there. Whenever the system needs to keep a dreamer just comfortable enough to stay stagnant, he doesn't slow you down. He softens your urgency. He doesn't block the stairs. He makes standing still feel noble. And that's why, in the world of masks, ego isn't feared. He's loved. How ego moves through the world of masks. In the world of masks, ego isn't a guest. He's part of the architecture. He moves freely through its corridors, praised in the hollow hearth, saluted in the corridor of consensus, and quietly welcomed even into the court of measure. Because he doesn't challenge illusion, he perfects it. He doesn't disrupt the system. He beautifies it. While mediocrity rules through power, ego rules through polish, through charm, through reinforcement. He speaks the language the masks crave. You're already enough. This version of you is perfect. Why chase something when you can own what you are? It's seductive. And that's what makes ego so effective. He's never aggressive. He's rarely loud, but he is always there. Whenever the system needs to keep a dreamer just comfortable enough to stay stagnant, he doesn't slow you down. He softens your urgency. He doesn't block the stairs. He makes standing still feel noble. And that's why in the world of masks, ego isn't feared. He's loved. Here's the nightmare. You've trained, you've bled, you've stayed up when no one else would. You're on the chase for greatness, for mastery, for success. Then ego shows up, not with resistance, but with recognition. He applauds what's incomplete. He makes comfort feel like a trophy. He wraps his arms around your progress and whispers, "You've done enough." And maybe you believe him, not because you're soft, but because he sounds sincere, like someone who's been watching, someone who knows. So you ease off the throttle, you stop reaching, you settle. That's when Lupin arrives. No praise, no politeness, just truth, sharp, unfiltered. He shows you that what you almost finished doesn't count, that what you nearly became won't be remembered, that this world only respects closers. The nightmare isn't failure, it's the pause, it's believing you've arrived before you're done. Because the moment you ease up, ego steps in, and if he succeeds, Lupin doesn't need to fight you. He just sweeps up the pieces. So now ask yourself, is ego lifting you, or rehearsing your downfall? Comment below, share your take, and subscribe, because next we decode success. And she's not quiet, she roars. Let's go deeper, because ego doesn't wear the same mask for everyone. He adapts. To some he's the loud one, bragging in mirrors. To others he's the wise one, quoting growth while avoiding real work. But to you, ego becomes exactly what you want to believe. He's not trying to stop you. He's trying to guide you. At least that's what it feels like. He talks in encouragement. He points out your effort. He praises your progress. And that's the hook. Because it sounds like support, but it's really seduction. He doesn't tell you to quit. He tells you to pause. He doesn't say you're done. He says you've done enough. It's a kind lie, delivered so gently, you think it's your own thought. That's the mask ego wears for you, the thoughtful voice, the wise retreat, the justified excuse. And if you don't check it, if you don't weigh it like Mart would, you'll find yourself cheering at half-finished bridges, smiling in the middle of a climb. And that's how the chase ends early, not with a fall, but with a seat. Here's the part most people miss. Ego isn't just active in your life. He has disciples. He has legacy. You've seen it before, the loud coach who never did the work, the mentor who gives praise but never correction, the elder who glorifies the past but discourages future risk. They're not all villains. Some believe they're helping, but they were trained by ego, and they're passing down his gospel, a gospel of comfort, a gospel of early celebration, a gospel of you're already great, even when your work says otherwise, and it spreads from class to class, from team to team, from generation to generation, until we start rewarding, starting more than finishing, until effort is enough to earn elevation, until intent becomes the trophy and outcome becomes irrelevant. This is how ego survives time, not through power, through reproduction. He doesn't need to show up in every dreamer's mind, because he's already in the mouths of people they trust. The false mentor doesn't need a throne, he just needs a mic, and enough applause to echo the lie. Every mask has a throne somewhere. For ego, it's here, a place louder than truth, brighter than wisdom, and bigger than purpose. The Performance Palace, a golden amphitheater built from mirrors, lined with statues of dreamers frozen mid-pose, caught at the moment they were most praised. The walls echo with cheers. But listen closely, no one's actually cheering. The applause is on loop. The audience is illusion. Still, it works, because when ego walks this floor, the spotlight follows. Every step sparkles, every glance draws attention, and every word feels like prophecy. This is his realm, where charm is currency and showmanship is salvation. And yet, for all the noise, he's alone here. Because no one else is real, just echoes, just masks, just performance. But he loves it, because in the Performance Palace, no one ever asks the hard question. Did you grow? Did you finish? Did you face yourself? Here, style is substance, and the mask is king.